Hi, I'm Adam.
And I am Don.
And we're talking Rogue Squadron for the Nintendo 64 this week.
Oh, yeah, we are, apparently.
This week's episode is brought to you by Ashley Luann Kay. A link to her YouTube channel in the description below. If you're interested in higher education and pursuing a career in nursing, I highly suggest that you check her out. She's posting a lot these days, and nurses they're the heroes right now,
making all the hard decisions.
Yeah, from all the stuff going in the world right now for COVID-19. Hats off to people like Ashley Luann Kay.
Once more into the breach and all that.
And speaking of Into the Breach,
yeah, I swear we are going to get Bo back for Xenogears Season 2 at some point. But
he's cooped up. His wife's actually a nurse fighting the good fight, which is why he's not coming over too much.
Yeah, well, there are armed protesters in state capitals across the country bellowing for Bo to get out of his house.
They really are. I saw a picture of a lady in a Dodge truck.
Just warms the heart that they care that much about this podcast.
There's a person in scrubs standing there, like, no, you're not touching Bo. We're keeping him safe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so Rogue Squadron.
Yeah, because
we played it for the Nintendo 64.
Yeah, there is. I don't know if it came out on PC or not. I don't know.
Did, yeah.
Okay, we played it on the N64 because we were in elementary school. We were children. We didn't know computers existed.
Yeah,
I didn't anyway.
I don't know about you, but my favorite part of Star Wars when I was growing up, or at least what initially got me into it, was the aerial battles or the space.
Yeah,
battles.
I was really big into Micro Machines, but when I first saw Star Wars on that original box set, like before the new editions, I would wow, I love those spaceships. I want those spaceships, but I didn't know Micro Machines existed at the time. So I would go out into my yard, dig up rocks, and look for one that looked like the ships, and I would paint them.
Oh, wow.
So somewhere out there, I still have the Millennium Falcon, which is just like an oval-shaped rock that's happened to be gray.
I can't think of any other, we all know Luke Skywalker, but I can't think of any other movie where the team. Like Star Fox, sure, that team comes to mind, but his name's also kind of in it. But Rogue Squadron is just Star Wars.
Yeah, it really is. Pour out a 40 for Porkins.
Yes.
He's not in the game. He died. He died.
No.
He died.
Yeah.
A lot of people died in the Death Star trench run,
which
is...
It's a bonus mission.
It's a bonus mission in this. It's the preview of the game. The game takes place between the Battle of Yavin, which only nerds know about. It's the first movie and second movie. It takes place between those two.
Yeah, chapter 1, definitely. It's like 6. Isn't it like 6 years after the Battle of Yavin?
I am not certain exactly of the chronology. There's also a bonus mission where you go through Beggar's Canyon in that T-16.
Yes,
and
T-16
you bullseye womp rats.
Yes.
You just you're just going around drag racing, trying to forget that you live in a rural area with no opportunities.
You can't even drag main. You're just going down the back roads.
You want to join the Imperial Academy because it's the only way to advance.
It's the equivalent of taking your gun out in your jacked up truck around here and shooting the speed limit sign.
But you can't leave for the Academy for another harvest. At least one more season.
Yeah.
But most of his friends have already gone.
So,
but it means so much to him. I'll make it up to him. I promise.
Yeah.
But in fact, we're not just talking about things that happen you see in the first movie. It throws you it kind of eases you into it. You're a child.
Yeah,
you're not smart. Mm-mm. Children are not. They're not prepared to take new environments. You need to ease them into things they're familiar with.
They're emotional beings.
Yeah, and first movie, you're on a desert planet. You need to start the planet. You need the galaxy's big, sure, but Luke needs to go home.
Right.
First mission has to have Mos Eisley spaceport.
Yes.
And what you're doing there,
it's just a patrol.
You're just kind of boonie cruising with the boys. Cops are out and about. You gotta be careful, but DUI checkpoints. that's basically all that really is to it. You're just out on routine patrol, and you mess up the cops, and like, okay, tutorial.
Yeah, it really is like Rogue Squadron Cops Edition, because there's some probe droids out there. You gotta check them out. But then, like Mos Eisley's got a little bit of gang activity going on in it.
Yeah. It makes sense that the cops would be out and about. They're not looking for you necessarily, but if they see an out-of-state license plate, they're gonna wonder.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not a Tatooine license plate.
Yep.
What are they doing here?
What are you doing here? Move along.
Move along. Speaking moving along, your next mission is a new environment, a place called Barkesh.
Yeah, which is a very Star Wars name.
It sounds like it should be like if this game were as universally known as Star Wars, there probably would be a bar named Barkesh.
Yeah,
but it's just this one. It's another Boonie Cruising with the Boys mission.
Yeah.
Basically, there is a supply convoy that happens to have had a scheduling conflict with the annual Imperial Chicken Walk and Run.
Yeah.
So it's a huge kerfuffle. Like, because you got supply convoy, it's trying to use the only road. It's a one-way road. Chicken walkers are coming the other way.
Yeah.
So you got to destroy.
What are you going to do?
You got to destroy all the chicken walkers.
And you know what? In that mission in particular, like, it's you can't lose too many of your boys to the other gang.
The party is happening one way or another.
But you'd think like these ships would have enough armor to survive a couple hits. No,
not really.
One good TIE bomber bomb blows it up in one hit.
Yeah, and those supplies are sorely needed. Those ill-defined supplies.
Yes, but we're gonna get them there. The boys are thirsty in Atlanta. Done.
Yeah, and so you get your supplies. It's like, okay, Rogue Squadron's doing its thing. Okay, we're a proper rebellion.
Right.
We don't have logistics.
Right.
We raid and we transport. We are teenagers.
But right up to now, still ongoing. We're kind of playing defense here.
Yeah, I mean, we're on we took out the Death Star. You're a rebel, so you got like hit and run tactics. Take what hits you can get. Unfortunately, sometimes you do get hit back, and that is the next mission, the Nona.
Yes.
So your best friend just wrecked his car somewhere on County Road 400.
Yeah.
Cops regularly patrol this area, and even if they didn't, a farmer would see the car in a ditch. He'd call the police.
Yes.
There are 5 cases of Budweiser in that car. Primary objective, get to the Nona, get the Budweiser, and extract it before the cops show up. Secondary objective, get the car out of the ditch. If possible.
Yes.
Bonus objective.
It's fine if the cops find the car in the ditch. It's not fine if they find the car in the ditch and the booze is there too.
Look, the driver is a secondary objective. You need to get the Budweiser out of there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you're you got to get the rebel rebel operatives out of the Nona.
Yes.
And the whole time the cops are swooping down, so you got to stop them.
Yes.
You got to interdict. You got to be a rebel.
Yep, got to kick some mud kick some mud up and chase them down another highway.
Yeah, the downing of the Nona. It's like okay, so apparently spaceships. Those spaceships you've been shooting down, occasionally they crash. People survive,
and we might sound like we're going through. It couldn't have been more than a couple of minutes into this podcast, but that's the substance of some of these missions. It's just like maybe 3 or 4 lines of story, and then that's it.
The Nona has crashed.
Yes,
help the crew.
Yes, I can hear the voice. I can hear the voice now. An Imperial outfit is out looking for the Nona. Get the booze and get out of there.
Larry's 1995 Chevy is in a ditch.
It's really what I imagine like fighter pilots in our Navy or Air Force getting their orders. There's nothing to it. Just go do it.
I have it on authority that at least some boomer captains will just, like captains of the boomers, the nuclear subs that are always out on patrol, when they're bored, they will just make giant, they'll just make a giant cock pattern in the ocean, so anyone looking at the sonar will just see a big in the middle of the Pacific.
It's a dick move, really.
Yeah. I mean, people get bored. People get bored. Not you, though, because you're playing Rogue Squadron,
That's
obviously.
Right.
And next up is Defection at Corellia, and you and your friends have rented some speeders.
I love
You've got
this
speeders,
mission.
and you're just going out you're going out in the town. Oh, and there's apparently an Imperial officer who wants to come out and play with you.
Crix Medine.
Crix Medine. He wants to defect, but his
Yes.
parents have him grounded.
I love that there is. I don't know what Crix Medine. I don't remember what Crix Medine's position was, or why his defection is actually more important than anybody else's. But it's a whole thing.
There's a lot of people
you
who
meet in this skyscraper.
Yeah.
There's Imperial people trying to kill him. What is Crix Medine's? Why?
Hey, he heard you guys were having fun. He heard you guys just picked up 5 cases of Budweiser.
Yeah, he's going to sell out the Imperial's party spot to you guys, and that was a killer pad.
Yeah, so you gotta sneak this guy out. You gotta keep the cops moving. Like you gotta get a bunch of sober designated drivers, and you put them out. They're young, so the cops will trail them.
That's right.
And if they get pulled over, they're okay.
And when you find them in the form of Imperial probe droids, they aren't doing it. They don't even fire at you.
Uh-huh. But
then over the scanner, you hear, "Hey, get on back."
But it's too late because Crix Medine has gotten out.
Yes.
Now you do have to get him back to his parents relatively sober, otherwise you will give the game away.
This is one of those you have to call. You got to call your older brother though to help you out.
Yeah,
because this, if I remember correctly, this is where Han and Chewie.
They do show up.
Yeah, they show up.
Millennium Falcon.
You know you're in a jam when you got to call your older brother to come help you out.
It turns out the Corellian freighters are actually organic beings, and he needs to bring it back to Corellia for mating season on a regular basis. So next mission is the liberation of Gerard 5. Gerard 4 can go to hell. Gerard 5 is where it's at.
Gerard 5 is where it's at.
And this is a town that's getting a little too rowdy for the Empire. They're bailing out.
Yes.
And rebels are like, we can move in and turn this into a great punk house.
Yes.
We're gonna have some great times here. Unfortunately, the Imperial officer who was in charge of keeping this planet from rebelling is looting all its museums.
Yes.
And trying to extract all the wealth before the rebels show up to claim their prize.
This mission is so annoying just because of all the missiles everywhere.
There's a lot of missile turrets,
which kills me because you'd think, if we go out into a close a nearby city here is Evansville, and if I just all of a sudden saw a public project of missile turrets being built around the perimeter of the greater Evansville
often
area,
on top of skyscrapers.
Yeah, especially we go down to the old National Building and all of a sudden there's a missile turret there.
Like you're at a Board of Zoning Appeals meeting and AT&T is right there next to a Patriot missile contractor. Like, we'd like to use your Patriot missile as a launching board for our internet.
John, is that Lockheed Martin over there? Yeah.
No, they're not on the agenda.
No.
Well,
what's the mayor up to today?
Missiles. Apparently. Missiles.
And he's getting all that nice art on his yachts down the Ohio River.
Also, unfortunately, all these missile turrets are incapable of handling rioters. Because they can't, shoot down.
Yeah, they're only shooting out.
That was the downfall of the Gerard 5 garrison. They invested everything in anti-air,
which was smart because that's all the rebels brought.
Yeah, but so this isn't.
You can fly low.
Like the unsung heroes are the little pixel men on the ground that you don't even see because you show up and you just get messed up. They're okay. They're handling things.
Yeah.
But important thing does happen. TIE fighters show up to ruin your day.
Oh, God, yeah.
And they're not just any TIE fighters. The Star Wolf TIE fighters have come.
Yes.
They're the best of the best.
Yes. Were those what were those? TIE Interceptors?
TIE Interceptors, I think. And the Y-Wings, which are supposed to use... You're supposed to use Y-Wings... the ion cannon to disable the turrets.
Yeah.
And not the turrets, but the shuttles with all the wealth.
Yeah.
And that comes into play because one of the TIE pilots, Kason Moore, gets disabled with that ion cannon by Crix Medine.
I remember that.
Here's a little message from Gold Squadron.
Oh my God, that whole scene.
And then she says, I also want to join your party crew.
If you would stop shooting me for a moment, I have a proposal to make.
You're going to need to be a lot less formal, lady, if you want to hang with the rogues.
I know. Which kills me. It's just okay, Crix Medine is on this TIE fighter. It looks like all the other TIE fighters out there. But opens a comm link, starts dialogue, doesn't use his blasters, but uses his ion cannons instead. why that one?
I always did.
It is fun just to watch them
because
they don't picking wings off of a fly.
They don't explode. They just tumble out of the sky and explode.
But yes.
And so Case and more, we have a new rogue.
Yes.
In our squadron. I'm not sure what her call sign is, but we always just call her Kaysen.
Yeah.
And she has made good on her defection proposal because she has given us the names of the locations of some good Imperial places to hit.
Yes.
So now you get to bomb things.
Yeah. Finally, we're on the offensive.
And that's what the kids want.
Yes.
They want explosions. So you go to a Jade Moon.
Yes.
A lot of weird Imperial walkers running around. You get to blow them up.
ATPTs.
PTs.
Yes. Yeah, the
Bits.
little
Bits.
like they look like tadpoles that aren't quite frogs, but they have legs.
Yeah, they're pretty cute.
Yeah,
especially when you blow them up and the legs are just standing up.
Yeah. Yes.
And there's a bunch of fuel tanks. I mean, it's basically, there's a gated community. They've had it their way for a long time.
Yeah.
But now you got somebody who knows the barcodes,
Yep.
so you can toilet paper them.
Yep, you absolutely know what wire to cut, so that's what you do at first. While they're walking toward the front door, you're making a beeline toward the left of the house, cutting the cord so that they can get in.
Mm-hmm. And just to keep this ball rolling, she also lets you know where the Imperial construction yards are, where they are building AT-ATs.
Yes.
So many big explosions.
Yes.
Everything explodes. Scaffolding explodes.
I can't remember. What planet was that on?
I don't think I said. I just called it the construction yards.
Yes.
Anyway, AT-ATs, AT-STs. There's factories for everything.
Yeah.
There's big platforms full of TIE fighters that are just sitting there. So one Y-wing bomb will destroy them all.
Yeah. That mission is hella fun. Is
So
that that's the one
you're supposed to use a speeder, but come on.
That's the one that you have to take the communication satellites out.
Yeah,
first.
as you're going in.
Yeah, it's the first really sneak attack guerrilla war.
Yeah, you're running through the tunnels to evade detection, coming underneath the missile turrets.
Yes. Oh, that one's
so fun. Everything is so volatile, though. I mean,
oh yeah,
fire codes in the Empire are just not up to snuff.
No, they're absolutely.
There's no
not.
sprinkler systems. If you hit something, it's going up in flames and it's going to explode and cause a chain reaction.
Absolutely.
Lots of fun. And just to and the third thing on her hit list that she gave us is Kyle 2.
Oh yes, I remember this mission.
Yeah, it's just you load up all your friends' pickup trucks with explosives on 4th of July, and you shoot bottle rockets at satellite dishes.
Yeah, basically. Oh, they bounce off.
So many explosions, and when you destroy the base, stormtroopers come out.
Yeah,
they're very small, but they show up on your radar, so you have to kill them all.
Yes, it's necessary to get gold on some of these missions.
You need the points from gunning down survivors of your.
Although they will take your accuracy way down.
Unless you're using bombs.
Yeah,
if you hit. I always use the lasers to destroy the buildings, and the bombs to destroy the poor saps who survive. Just to keep my accuracy up, it's important apparently. Unfortunately, Wedge Antilles gets pulled over, and he's way over the limit. I love that scene where, right when you're about to finish the mission, Wedge Luke, it's an ambush. I don't know where they came from.
He's being it is raining lasers on him.
It's just it's more green than environment at that point.
It really is. It's what is on your ship? Those rear deflector shields were doing their job.
Yeah. And he manages to put this down on a jagged rock without exploding, so props to him.
Yeah.
And apparently somebody else gets shot down too, but they don't get captured.
Yeah, they don't matter. They're not Wedge.
Yeah, the cops are after Wedge.
Yes.
So now you've got to break him out of prison. You're in high school, and emotions run high when one of your friends gets caught.
Yes, but county's no fun for anybody.
Yeah, and especially when they've just been caught with some marijuana and they just turned 17.
Yeah, really.
Some people will get really emotional and start threaten to call the sheriff who you know personally just to ask him politely to let the guy out, which is not a good plan.
No.
Not that we ever did that.
It's your friend. You luck out in a small town like this. It's your friend's dad.
Yeah, it'll blow over.
Yeah.
But anyway, in the Rogue Squadron's alcoholic Haze, you plan a dramatic prison break on the planet of Kessel, which is where the spice mines are.
Yes.
And there's a monorail, so you got to destroy.
You don't destroy it.
You don't
have to
destroy it.
disable
Disable it, yeah.
So there's TIE bombers and there's TIE interceptors all over the place, but it's actually a fairly quick mission and straightforward if you just go in with the Y-wing and disable each one of the parts of the train.
Yeah.
You do got to kill the turrets around it, but nonetheless, you just got to disable the train.
Yeah, and then Wedge just gets off. He he steps off.
Basically.
Yep.
But it clues you into some important information.
Yeah, it turns out he was Wedge was a minor, so they let him off with a warning.
Yeah.
But then he immediately says, hey, a bunch of high school kids just got nabbed at a party.
Yeah.
They have beer connects.
Yeah.
We need to get them out.
I think we can get a free case out of them if we help them out.
Yeah. So now you go to the Kessel prisons proper, where
Yes.
you have a big shuttle that's just going to keep landing outside the prisons.
Yeah. And you know when an idea sounds good with your buddies, but then you get in there and you realize, crap, I might have overcommitted.
Yeah. We really didn't need to rent the van, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. We could have picked a less conspicuous vehicle.
Now, this mission really threw me because there were a lot of missile turrets you could fly under there, but
they're really high on the canyons.
So you have to approach from a really weird angle, but you don't get much time to shoot at them.
No.
And they will mess you up, and they'll mess the shuttle up. It's just a whole mess.
It really is.
And of course, all the facilities are shielded. You have to bring down the shield generator.
There's TIE bombers.
Yeah, it's just.
The thing I love about this mission in particular, it's a small glitch in it, is if you know where the shield generator is, you put your S-foils in the just the fly position.
Ah, okay.
And you make a beeline towards it. You blow it up, and then the cutscene happens. And the commander there is saying, you gotta get that shield generator, but it's not there. There's just a chicken walker looking around. and then before the cutscene ends, he tunes in and goes, that'll do it. Thanks.
And you have friendly pixel men on the ground.
Yeah, you got to protect them because they're going in guns a-blazing.
It's a little awkward when one of your Y-wing bombs that you always use misses.
Yeah, and they put it almost sarcastically. We're taking a lot of fire here.
Yeah, so now you got all your friends out of prison. That's great.
Yeah, party's now underway.
This is a mission I love taking. I love the Y-wing so much I brought it to every mission, especially
as many as you can.
Yeah. This next mission is not really advised. It's Talaran.
Yes.
It's a big gas giant, kind of like Bespin, kind of like Jupiter.
Yeah.
And you need to take out the gas tanks, the fuel tanks, or not the fuel tanks, the Tabana gas. I can't believe I remember that. And apparently they used it in their weapons to make them really cool.
Yeah. Well,
but there are civilian canisters.
It turns their lasers from green to blue.
Yeah. Well, there are civilian canisters and there are Imperial canisters.
Yeah.
We're only supposed to destroy the Imperial ones, which are clearly marked as Imperial.
Yes.
Now, we are supposed to take it on good faith that the Empire will not just appropriate the civilian canisters when theirs are destroyed.
Those are theirs, Mom said.
This is a world of law and order.
Yes.
The Y-wing can shut down some of the civilian craft that are flying around. That's pretty cool.
The cloud cars?
Yeah, the little cloud cars.
Oh, okay.
And the little shuttles. That's why I always brought it. I also would often disable the blockade runner.
So as much as you love the Y-wing, I always use the A-wing.
That's the recommended one for this. I mean, it's got some horses.
It does.
It's got some horses.
That thing moves. That's why I liked it.
And they're pretty frisky, so you might get there even faster.
Yeah, but one shot and it's gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, you go through all of that, and I found out the hard way that you're not supposed to take out those like blimp things that are floating around, the air balloon things.
Apparently, those are civilians.
Yeah, those are civilians too. A lot of casualties can happen in that mission.
You also have a friendly blockade runner that's hanging out with you. It's really cool.
Oh, the blockade runner was super cool that thing was hanging out with you. It's like you've got just some little like carrier ship with you while you're doing carnage.
Sometimes I would when I was goofing off a lot, I'd accidentally let it die, so I would often disable it so it would never move. It would be safe.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, if you just...
Of course, I never took the Y-wing.
It takes some time, but with the ion cannon, you can disable it, and it'll just never move, and it'll always be safe. It'll always be in that one specific position,
yeah,
but it'll be safe.
Yeah.
Now, Did you often fly with the cockpit view?
No.
I was bad with it, but I love the view of it,
Yeah.
especially when you get shot down because it's just when you don't explode. Occasionally, it'll just do the cinematic thing where you nosedive for a while with the flaming cockpit.
Yeah.
The flames are evident in the cockpit when
my
that
God.
happens. So there were many times when I was on this mission in the cockpit view, I would get shot down, and I would just slowly spiral towards the core of this gas giant. Like, okay, I'm just going to be here for a year before I crash into this core.
That's funny.
Or get crushed by the pressure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty. There's something existentially terrifying about like losing an engine, like having engine fail. Like engine failure on Earth, fine.
Yeah.
You'll make a crater, big deal.
Yep.
Jupiter, we're gonna be here a while, guys.
Yeah.
So if you got,
you're gonna lose a lot of your stomach before the end of that one.
So yeah, after Talaran, Kaysen Moore does make like Luke is getting really pumped. Like, yeah, I feel like we're doing a lot of damage to the Empire.
Yeah.
And I bet the local guy, he's really gonna be red in the face. He's gonna be really angry. And Kaysen's like, no, he's probably gonna be dead because Moff Searden will kill him.
I forgot about Moff Searden.
Who the hell's that?
Yeah, really.
So next up, escape from Fest.
Yes.
You got to escape from this planet that is not Hoth.
Yeah.
It's just looks a lot like Hoth. Anyway, yeah, your friends, you're in high school, your friends have been horsing around. You were at your job, and you get a phone call like, hey, we need a place to lay low for a while. What's going on?
Yeah.
Well, we had some sledgehammers, and, it was snowing, so a bunch of snowmen around town. We were destroying snowmen with sledgehammers. And one of us, I'm not going to say who, has destroyed a plastic snowman, causing a very, very loud bang that sounded like a gunshot. Now cops are everywhere.
Oh, God.
So we need a place to lay low.
Yeah.
Like, okay, find the park. I'll pick you up, and we'll go to Cody's basement.
Yes.
Rogue Squadron.
Cody's basement.
It's a code word.
Yes, it is a code word.
Code.
Code for
Yep.
Cody.
It's all in good fun. But yeah, there's more of those ATPTs. I think there's ATATs that you have to trip. I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
I can't remember Escape from Fest all that much.
It's a blur.
It's Hoth. It's not Hoth, but it's Hoth.
Yeah.
Anyway, Moff Searden does start to register that you're a threat. He starts taunting you.
Yeah.
Because he has laid siege to a city called Shangrila, which looks a lot like that one of the cities from the prequel trilogy, the episode 1.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe Coruscant.
Coruscant, maybe.
The architecture looked a lot like the towers.
It's still like kind of a green planet, though. Like,
Because I remember playing Rogue
maybe.
Squadron quite a bit in the lead up to into the prequels coming
Yeah.
out. Like
Yeah.
episode 1 was a huge event. Like Brad's birthday was right there, so we went to the
Yeah.
drive-in to see it. I don't remember. I didn't remember anything about the movie.
yeah.
I immediately went right back to, well, okay, that was okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's go back and play Rogue Squadron. That's great.
It was right around that time I found out that you could unlock the, it was a cheat code, I believe.
Yeah,
The Naboo Starfighter.
Yeah,
Oh my God. Just the fact that you could have that. I was like,
the little promotion.
"Oh."
Yeah, and so you and the gang, you're going out to a big city, but old man Searden,
Yeah.
he's locked it down.
Yeah.
No parties here. You got to protect this monorail getting supplies into the
Yes.
city, and TIE bombers are everywhere trying to blow up the train
Yep.
because they hate public transportation.
They do.
And they also blow up just about everything about the city. He's laying siege to this city in a big way.
Yeah.
There's and you're trying to evacuate civilians from it. There's like shuttles coming in to evacuate civilians, and ATSTs are always just gunning them down as they come out.
They
It's
come
weird.
in pairs of twos. They use the buddy system. But yeah, if you don't focus on those ATSTs, you're losing that mission.
Yeah, and after it's done, Moff Searden is apparently here,
Yes.
and he is taunting you.
Yes.
Like, and Kaysen's like, "What? You think you'd escape in that shuttle?" And then Luke says, "No, you can. Don't chase him."
I love how they pan to the ships as if the ships are talking to
Yeah,
each
like
other.
you see an Imperial shuttle shit talking you.
Yes.
Coward.
And then
Dare you face me?
Luke has that scene with Kaysen. There you are, that you coward! Come back here and say that. And he's like, no, Kaysen, disengage, come back. And she's like, copy.
It's yeah.
Like there's nothing even.
You're jumping ahead a few missions, Kaysen.
Yeah, there'll be a time and a place.
So yeah, you're a little angry about all that. Like he called you a coward. You're not a coward.
Yeah, no, you're not.
You know what?
You ain't yellow.
I bet a coward might say, look at a volcano, like, let's fly into a volcano and destroy a core.
Yeah.
Oh, a coward would say it's a stupid idea. Well, guess what? Guess
you're
what?
Not a coward.
I ain't a coward.
No, you're not a nerf herder.
Yeah, so we're going to go to a Sullust,
Yes.
which is where Darth Vader says the rebels are massing.
Yes.
In for the Jedi.
Yes.
I was so full of myself when I made that connection. Like Rogue Squad, mousing near Sullust. Sullust! I remember that.
Yes.
Oh, fourth grade me was stupid. So yeah, it's actually kind of an involved process taking down this volcano stabilizing core. There's a lot of weak spots you got to hit in specific ways. There's turrets everywhere.
Yeah.
The Imperials put a lot of real estate. They put a lot of expensive equipment.
Yeah.
Like on the slopes of Mount St Helens,
Yes.
circa 1979.
Yes.
Like it's gonna be. I don't see any problem long term.
No.
This is gold
This
for the
is
grand.
fine.
This is gold for the grandkids right here.
Yeah, it really is. Unlimited energy.
So after you take out the Sullust facility, you find out that Moff Searden planned on you taking out the Sullust facility because now he is going to get his revenge.
Yes.
By taking out your medicinal Bacta supplies on what was it called?
Start with the T, didn't it?
Yeah, it starts with a T. Definitely starts with a T. Trifera, I think.
Something like that. It's like THY Typhera.
Typhera, yeah. Yeah, so
we got to it.
You got and he is of course sending all of his bombers to destroy villages.
Yes.
Now you'd think being in control of something as rare as Bacta would entitle you to a level of human development above a hut.
Yes.
You would be wrong.
Well, these are space huts.
Yeah, I guess they probably got like an extensive basement kitted out with all the with a stereo system and all that, and an open bar.
Yeah,
the rustic exterior is just for show, but he's got ATSTs and TIE bombers everywhere. It's really a pain to save all the civilians.
It really is.
And then you get the ultimate boss fight with a kitted out, lifted Imperial shuttle.
Yes.
That has like homing missiles and everything.
Yeah.
And you finally get your like Star Wolf moment with him. Like,
yes.
And only he's really slow.
Yes.
And it's just a matter of getting the beat on him. And
if you use the V-Wing, it is a short mission.
Yeah, with the cluster missiles.
Yes.
I was obsessed with landing Y-Wing bombs on him because it's funny. But often when you're trying to use bombs in aerial combat, you wind up killing yourself too.
Yes.
So at least one time I managed to, I was gaining altitude and I knew he was underneath me, so I dropped a bomb. The bomb killed him. I heard him scream, and the dialogue started where the mission was ending. However, my engines had been destroyed. So my cockpit was flying up into space on fire. And the mission ended. And
return to the Great Fox.
And I got a gold medal for the mission.
You deserved a gold medal at that point.
I don't know how I landed that thing, but apparently I did. Anyway, yeah. So you successfully defeat Moff Searden, and canonically, this is where Luke's time as at the head of Rogue Squadron ends.
Yes, Wedge takes over.
Yeah. But you do have the Hoth mission available as an unlockable.
Yes.
Where
there's another mission after that.
But this is with Wedge at the helm.
Ah, gotcha.
Like first you go like to Hoth. You do the AT-AT thing with the tow cables, which was which I always took to be an improvised thing, but now it's just an established thing that always has to.
You always have to take down an AT-AT that way.
You'd think there would be like an established way of taking these things down that wasn't just tow cables.
Well, we saw in Rogue One, the X-Wing lasers just obliterated an AT-AT.
But I guess they didn't have X-Wings available for cold weather combat in Hoth. I will accept that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah, I will. Okay, but yeah, as you said, Mon Calamari, the last mission.
That one's an interesting
that's
one.
7 years after Endor.
Yeah,
so you're fighting.
That's after Endor.
You're fighting Imperial remnants.
Yeah,
and they have invested. They've learned nothing since investing everything in world-destroying space stations.
Those things felt like the biggest afterthought in the game. They're just a box hovering around with some turrets on it. They're basically the Jawas,
the sand crawlers, only they hover slightly.
They hover and they vacuum everything.
Yeah, it looks like they're stealing the ocean from the squid people.
Yeah, it honestly, and you look at it, and it's sucking everything out of for the most part, it's doing it water. It looks like it's getting all the plastic out of the ocean. How do you know this thing isn't? What are our U.S. Health hospital ships?
Mercy ships.
The Mercy ships. Yeah. How do you know?
I don't know. Well, they do. Occasionally, they do
Except
make. If you wait long enough, they do make landfall and destroy cities.
Yeah.
But it's pretty easy. You take out the shield generator, then you take out the little things on the ground, and it's always fun to fly underneath them and take them out, and then try to escape as they crush.
Oh yeah, that's just a dramatic.
Yeah,
dramatic
for the drama. But it's fun. It's plenty fun. It's a fun mission.
It is.
They have those weird fighters, the droid fighters.
Oh yeah.
Like I guess that's to symbolize that there are fewer Imperials, so they're relying more on automation.
Yeah.
And putting honest pilots out of a job.
They took a play out of the Trade Federation.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder why the droids. They seemed okay.
They weren't bad.
I mean, we know stormtroopers can't hit very well either. I don't know why. I don't know why the droids get so much. They were the only good parts of those movies,
and they were all named Roger.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, that was Rogue Squadron. Really fun romp.
Yeah, that one. Did you ever get the? Did you ever use any of the cheats?
Cody used the Camaro cheat.
No kidding. So I'm looking up some of the missions before this podcast. I never knew that car that you could turn one of those into basically a Buick.
Yeah, once.
Killed me.
Once.
I never knew that. And the whole time I owned the game until you brought it over here, somewhat 20 years later from when it was released.
Yeah.
I never knew the Naboo starfighter was in the game.
I
knew the Naboo was a version of the game, like the episode 1.
Yeah, there is a similar game to this, which was the Naboo.
Yeah, but I never knew the Naboo starfighter was a unlockable thing. Crazy.
And Cody used the cheat, so I didn't get to play as the car.
Oh, no.
Because you only use it once.
You can only use it once?
Only once.
Wow. Well, if someone has my old copy of Rogue Squadron out there, I never used it. Anyway,
I never played the game. I never played the other GameCube, the Rogue Squadron versions.
The
GameCube
Rogue
one.
Squadron for GameCube is unreal. It is so good.
I remember.
Endor, we'll do another cast over that one.
Yeah,
I need to go back through. We need to get it.
Yeah, I watched Brad
on
play that, but then at that point we were already beginning to migrate to the next system.
Yeah.
And I think I was getting really into Perfect Dark at the time. So.
Oh, Perfect Dark ate up a lot of our time. But
not that I ever owned the game, but I was always playing it.
We'll come back around and do the GameCube Rogue Squadron. Then there was another Rogue Squadron after that I never played.
Yeah, I definitely didn't.
That one, I don't even remember what system.
Well, we were good at StarCraft around that time, and that was just, we were, it's like you pick your college at that point.
Yeah, really. What school of gaming are you going to go to? But anyway, if you like this podcast, please subscribe to us on Podbean or YouTube or wherever you like to listen to your podcast app, whether it be Google or iTunes. We're on all of those. Make sure to check out, we got a partnership with Rally Networks now. It's a link in the description below. Check out some of the other podcasts there. Some of them really good. History, there's a Nintendo Switch dedicated one. There's even one over sports, and then just other general conversation. And you'll find us on there as well. We're having a lot of fun with those guys right now. But thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.